Welcome to the forest. My name is Kiara Forster and I'm the Forest Program Director for the Watershed Center. We're here on Colorado's Front Range, which stretches from open prairies and grasslands, up canyons and creeks, to the snow-capped peaks of the Rocky Mountains along the Continental Divide. This place is home to an incredible variety of wildlife and provides ample recreation opportunities and essential resources for millions of people. But what's one of the most important forces shaping this landscape? Fire. In the next half hour, we'll explore the complex relationships between people, forests, and fire, and the work happening across boundaries and with many partners in this place that's known as a high-risk fireshed. Fire is a natural and important part of a healthy forest. This is a story of people coming together across Colorado to care for our forests now and for future generations. Over the past decade, the United States has had some of its worst wildfire years on record. Millions of acres have burned and countless communities have been impacted. But we are making sure to learn from these fires. Daniel Godwin with the USDA Forest Service helps explain.
In 2020, Colorado experienced its 3 largest record-setting wildfires all in 1 year. That was really a wake-up call for a lot of us. Some folks have said this area was an asbestos forest, right? An area that wouldn't burn. And since 2011, we've seen that's not the case. And then 2020, it's really not the case.
While it may come as a surprise, Daniel and his team, along with the broader scientific community, agreed that one of the most important solutions to the problem of megafires is to add planned fire to the landscape. And this is not a new idea.
Native Americans have used fire since time immemorial. And the forest, the landscapes, they need that fire. They need it to be healthy. And we've prevented fire from getting out there onto the landscape.
In partnership with the Forest Service, Karina Marshall and the many members of the Northern Colorado Fireshed Collaborative are seeing the same changes in the forest.
Forests are not as healthy as they once were. A healthy forest needs fire. And in the past, a natural ecological process has always been fire. So we are experiencing these more catastrophic outcomes from wildfire because we have omitted this natural process from the landscape.
Exclusion of natural fire from the landscape has jeopardized the safety of our communities, the ability of our forests to grow back after fire, the water we drink, and the air we breathe.
Fire is a natural process, and people are naturally here on the land. And the trees, the grass, they don't really care what happens from a fire perspective, but people do. We want landscapes that provide us healthy, clean drinking water. We want landscapes where we can recreate in, whether that's hunting or fishing or mountain biking or any of these kind of things. And so that means we want fire to do certain things out on the landscape. And so that takes cooperation, that takes collaboration.
Here, many organizations, agencies, and private landowners are working together hand in hand.
The Forest Service can't do it all itself in this landscape because we have a patchwork or mosaic of land ownership types. So in many areas, there are private lands or state lands intermixed into the Forest Service. But fires don't stop at boundaries, and so we need that to be contiguous across all land ownership types.
Fire lives here, and it is a natural occurrence on the land. But over the past century, we have been obstructing this natural process. So what are we doing to correct this? How do we make our forests and communities resilient to wildfire? Prior to fire suppression, our lower elevation forests received fire more frequently, so fires typically stayed on the ground. These fires removed smaller trees and surface fuels, which have accumulated. Now, when fire arrives, it is more likely to climb into the forest canopy because of the younger, more flammable trees and surface fuels. Combined with longer fire seasons, more frequent warm periods, and extended drought, the likelihood of high-severity wildfire has increased, which puts our communities, water, and forests at risk.